Alright, so welcome. This is the challenge that we're taking. It's a $10,000 account, and we have decided that we're going to risk 3% per day. So and we're looking for at least like 6 trades. So so that will mean we'll be risking 0.5% per trade. So I have a gold setup now. This is gold pair. Price came down, and the valid range now, so it came up to this level and then broke down. However, it just broke this level here now. So I'm expecting a pullback, and so if I do 1 for 1, that's somewhere up here. So what I'm going to do, I'll put in 2 trades instead of using just one single 0.5. I'm going to put 2 trades here. Hopefully those will be activated. So the first one will be there, and then the next one will be, let me see, in case it really goes up there. So I've placed 2 trades there, and then in case it comes all the way down, I would like to also be part of that trade. So in case it comes down to these levels, I'll enter a 0.5 as well for the trade to go up. So let's watch and see what will happen. Okay, so our next trade is on the pound Aussie. We see price has been moving down. It came up and moved down. So as long as it does not close above this level, but I'll put my stop loss somewhere up here just to give it some breathing room. So I'm expecting price to push in and then continue downwards. Let's see what price does. So I'm going to enter for shorts now. I'll enter 2. Okay, and then I'll shift the next one. Let's see, in case it goes really lower. So that's 0.5, and then so let's see. Yeah, so let's see what happens with this. Okay, on the euro yen as well, we are seeing a setup. Price has moved up, is bullish. However, you see it's been moving this way here, and then recently just broke this level. So this one is called a market structure shift. So what we expect on this move is that it will push up and perhaps come down to these levels, or even to these levels here, before it starts moving up. Or that may change, but at least let's see if we have an opportunity to take a trade in that direction. Okay, so we're in on pound Aussie. We're still expecting it to come down. It's not done that yet. We're not in on this one yet. We're in on on euro yen. We're looking for it to move down, given that it broke this level. We're looking for it to move down, but if it comes to these highs here and breaks this high, then we'll change our perspective. On gold, it did come down to this level, so we are in. It didn't come as low as this level, so we're looking for it to get to these highs and possibly go higher. So let's just watch and see. Okay, so this is the euro yen. On the euro yen here, it looks like we may get stopped out here. It's pushing quite strongly. So, and this is the highs. So as soon as this candle closes, if it pushes up above this level here, then we'll just look for any small retracement to see if it will possibly go higher, maybe to these highs here. So let's watch and see what will happen. Okay, so on our pound yen, it's already broken this high here, so we'll be looking to place a trade. Let's see if price will come back down again to these levels. I would really like for it to come back down to these levels. We'll just enter 0.25, looking for let me do that again. Okay, so it's entered there, and then I'll do another one. Let's see for somewhere here. So I really wanted to come back down again to this level here, 190, 190, come back down and then go up. Okay, let's see, gold is still meandering. It's not, we're expecting it to push all the way, but it's not doing that at the moment. Yen, the yen has not broken the high yet, so let's watch and see what will happen. On this, we're still, it's still in this range here. It's not totally closed above it, so we're still expecting further push down possibly. And on this, it's actually broken that high now. So it's broken this high. Okay, and then so we could look to see, we can see a push down and then a push up. All right. So what do we do right now is to just, I want to wait. I'll rather just wait to see what will happen when price gets to these levels here. Okay, so let's watch and see what will happen. Okay, so as it stands now, the pound Aussie, the sell didn't go through. We did not enter the buy when we saw 8. So that's a lesson to be learned. When you get the setup, just take it irrespective of what trade you are in or not in. Here as well, we could have gotten in, but we will have had a sell and then a buy. The same thing happened. So on Euro Yen as well, we had a sell because of this shift, market structure shift, but now it's giving us a reason to buy. So let's see if it will come down and then go up. On the pound yen, I had a pending order, but it did not come down enough to trigger it, so we missed out on that. Gold, at this level, it did go up, but did not go high enough to this level. So yes, it is what it is. Looking at it again now, we could have perhaps entered with this break here. We could have perhaps entered a trade at the close of this candle, but it is what it is. So this is our range that we're using, and let's see if price will stop us out. If it does stop us out, then we'll look for a fib for it to come up, and then we'll go further down. So let's see if price will do that. All right, thank you. With the break of this low here, I feel confident that price would either push up and then come to these targets here, or maybe even down to these lows here. So right now I want to place a trade at these levels and see if it will come all the way to this level. Okay, so let's just do a quick recap on pound Aussie. We saw the trade move down this way, so we're expecting a further push here and then go down, but it changed direction from here. I did not enter a trade in the opposite direction, and it just turns out that that is actually the direction that I wanted to go through. So that just tells us that once you see your setup, just take it, because we're trading valid ranges. Okay, so we may get trades that will be in a hedge. So even though I had my stop loss here, I was thinking it would come up here and then eventually come down, but it did not do that. So, and if I had entered that trade right here, I will have been stopped out on the sell, and then the buy will have given me more than enough to cover for it. So that is a lesson learned there. So let's look at pound Aussie. No, I did not take any pound Aussie trade. Euro yen. Okay, so euro yen, at the break of that, which was a market structure shift, I entered on this pullback expecting it to get here and then come down, but it decided not to do that. same thing here. So as soon as we got this close above this high, so we would have entered a buy here, but obviously so we'll be waiting for that price to come down, then go back up. So this is actually a good time to buy anytime here, anywhere in here, as long as it does not close below here. So if it does come back in here, we'll place a pending order to see if it will go up. Okay, right. So the other trade is gold. Nicely done. So gold had a trade. Oh, sorry. So we had a trade in gold. So at the break of this level here, which was a change of structure, on the pullback we entered. We were expecting price to get to these highs, but it did not do that. Then it broke. If you watch it carefully, so this is a break, and then this forms a new structure. Okay, so at the break of this candle, at the close of this candle, we could have entered there, but I did not enter there. I entered somewhere here, expecting price to come all the way to this level. So I closed that trade once it got somewhere here. So I closed the trade I entered here. I closed it. So what I'm looking for now is for a pullback on this. So if we put a fib thing there, so it's above the 50%. So what I'm looking for now is so we know that this level here, in fact this whole range here, is a possible level. Okay, so it's just above the 50 now, so we'll be looking for it to shift, look for a bearish candle, kangaroo tails, and the other, and spinning tops, dojis, anywhere around here to start going down. So even if it comes down up here or back up here as well, that's all we're waiting for now, for that pullback to happen. But if that doesn't happen, our break of structure again, because what pushed this down is this level here, either here or preferably I'll actually take it at the tops here. So if price comes all the way and gives us a bullish candle there, we'll just wait for the pullback to then go long. All right, so that is essentially the London session done. So we'll wait and see what will happen during New York session. All right, thank you. Okay, so I'm in a sell on the pound yen. You see price came all the way up, then got to this level, came all the way down, gave me the hanging man, and I have a full hair. So I think it will still go down. It should, technically speaking, it should go down a bit before going back up. So let's see what we have here. So on this bearish engulfing candle, you can see a lot of indecision candles and trying to decide whether to go up or to go down. So I've entered one set there. I have another set of entry here, 0.25 as well, and my stop loss is just above it here. So let's see if it will push down. If it's going to rush start, if I see momentum, then I could add to that trade to see come down to these levels or these lows here. So let's watch and see. Okay, so the summary of today, we're just going to do a summary. It's now New York session. It's late into the New York session and close of London. So we'll soon be entering the Asia session in a couple of hours. So I'm no longer, well, I'm not interested in taking any trades. I went to do some other things in between, and I just came back to my charts now. So like we had earlier in the morning, I'll just review some of the lessons we learned as well today. So we had price coming down, came up to this level. When it broke down, we wanted to enter for a short. We did enter for a short to see it go down, but it did not do that. Rather, price decided to break that high. And the lesson here is that once it breaks the high, it doesn't matter whether you have a trade already, just enter the hedge, and that could be the winner actually. So, and that is what we got here. Then on this pullback, I did not take this trade because I was doing some other things. So if you look at it very well, you see if we did this, so on this pullback, we'll have entered at the 50% or maybe 61, and that will have given us some profits. All right. So the next lesson here for us to learn is that when price makes a new low, not a new low. So here you see this price did a fib of this and did not get to the high. So we're expecting price to get to this high, go higher, come back and do that, but it did not do that. What did it do instead? You see, price started having indecision candles in between, and then gave us that doji here, and eventually gave us a bearish engulfing candle. So when we see this kind of setup, that when price pulls back and it's supposed to just go with momentum, if it does not go with that momentum and it's giving us signs of possible rejections, we can take that risk, put a stop loss above the high, and then look for that immediate low and possibly even lower, as you can see in this case here. So I did see this trade, but I did not take it. I was just in a right state that I did not make up my mind to take the trade, because I thought it would just come down and then go back up. So that's a lesson, the second lesson learned. Euro yen. Let's see what happened on euro yen. So euro yen as well, we had market structure shifts. On this pullback, we entered expecting it to go lower. It did not do that. Instead, it broke these highs. So we could have entered here, maybe a stop loss here. So eventually, it came back, went up again, and then came back with this big bearish candle, and it would probably have stopped us out if we had entered. So I did not enter this other trade here. So that just shows us that sometimes, unlike the pound Aussie, you see the trade moved in a direction and moved for quite a while. On pound yen, on euro yen, it did not move that much. So if you had an entry, maybe even here at the entry here, and then put your stop loss there or put your stop loss there, you'll have had a stop out here, and of course another stop out when this came back here. So if you took an entry here, it did go down in our favor, but did not go a lot, okay, and then came back up again. All right. So what do you see market doing here? Market is it basically just ranging, okay, just ranging, and that's what you get when it's ranging. It did this, came up, did this, gave us this pattern, moved all the way down, and then meandered up, and started giving us those possible rejections. You see, so just what we said before, when we have a price, though this is a different setup now. If you look at this, so this is actually the break of this move here, okay, on this. So the valid range was there, and you'll have been okay to take a sell around there, okay, anywhere there, and you'll have made some profits. This is a pullback, expecting it to continue going down, make this lows. That's where your ultimate target should be. But let's see what price will do. It's the weekend now, so I don't think price will do a lot. I didn't take any trade on okay, yes, I did take a trade eventually on pound yen, and we didn't take any trade in the morning. It was this trade here that I took, and that was basically because I saw this price broke this low. So this was the range here, the range of this man here. We broke it here. So on the pullback, so we entered on this bearish engulfing candle there. Let me clean that up. So entered on this bearish engulfing candle, and the first TP was right there. That was a nice one, a nice trade. So okay, then the last price action, last trade is gold. Gold really showed a lot of momentum to the upside, but it did a number of things initially in the morning. So let's see, look at what it did. It gave this break here, which told us that it was likely to go up. All right, so it went up a bit but did not continue up. And what it did was to so once, if we paid attention to what price was doing, so this was a new range. Now initially this was the range from here to here. A pullback, so this is a valid pullback. These two candles said that's a valid pullback, went higher. Okay, so as soon as it closed below here, I should have taken a short. I did not. Okay, so next time I'll take note of that and take this short here. Now the next thing was that we were expecting price to move all the way either to the 50% or to the 61 around there of the fib, and then shoot down. But what did it do? Price gave us this big engulfing candle here. So it doesn't always work, but it works some of the time. Let's say 50-50. All right, so you could take a high risk trade. The lesson here is that you could take a high risk trade aiming for the tops. Okay, especially on gold, when you have a pull down and then you see price, you know, giving us this candle here. It covers almost these three candles here, showing that there's some level of momentum coming in. Okay, the reversal we were expecting was here, but then we got this. So even if you didn't enter here on your buy, by the time you get this candle here, you should have entered. I wasn't at my charts at this level, so price went all the way. Okay, and then so the next thing we're expecting is for price. So let's see, let me do this. For price to do, I was expecting price to come down. So if we took a fib of this whole move, okay, so this is the 50% and the 61 will be, I'll need to add that 61. So 61 will be somewhere here and this is 75. Okay, now look at what price did. Price came in first to the 38, went up, then pulled back down to the 50 and then went back up. Okay, and it's still going, shooting up and up and up. All right, so the fib does work, only that sometimes it's just like any other system too, it does not work. So we have quite a number of lessons. First lesson is that we should take a trade once we get a valid range. Okay, like we had on pound Aussie. Once we have that valid range, which we are okay to take a trade. The next lesson is, once we get that fib and we get an entry, we should be looking for these highs. However, we should also note that when price is showing indecisions and begins to give us spinning tops, dojis, engulfing candles, then we are okay to take a trade in the opposite direction, looking for that low. All right, then the other lesson is that when you take note of your ranges, when you get a big candle in the opposite direction of that trend, you are okay to take an entry. All right, and even if you get to your level, when you take your fib, when you get to your level and you don't get, even if you got to set up a sell here, you can still maintain this buy here. If you got stopped out here on this candle, once you see it breaks above here, you are ready, you are good to go to take an entry. Then the next one is taking a fib of a trade of this move, taking the fib and looking for that 50%, and especially on gold, it does move. Okay, just like we have here. So those are the lessons from learned today. Moving forward, we'll see how we'll move the account forward. So we're down today about 1.6% overall. So we'll look forward to next week to trade some more, to take some more trades and see how the whole thing pans out. All right, have a good weekend.